village of Wappingers Falls. First responding units were from the police department. They found a structure fire with multiple victims. They assisted in the removal of those victims. We brought them to a triage area where they awaited ambulance arrival. Initially, we had a total of 10 victims, 8 adults and 2 children. We have a total of 5 first responders that were injured in this incident, 1 firefighter and 4 police officers. They were all at area hospitals at this time. 2 medevac helicopters were called in. They brought a total of 3 patients to Westchester Medical Center. That would be 1 child and 2 adults. The other victims all went to area hospitals by ambulance. At this time, the power is still out on the street, as is the gas, as this investigation is still in the preliminary stages and continues. People that were displaced by this incident can go to the Knights of Columbus, which is located right here on East Main Street, where they will be assisted by the American Red Cross. For additional information, you can call the police department at 845-297-1011. This incident occurred at number 4 Brick Row. There are 9 area police agencies that were involved, which was my department, the Village of Wappingers Falls, assisted by the Dutchess County Sheriff's Office, the New York State Police, the Town of Poughkeepsie Police Department, the City of Beacon Police Department, the City of Poughkeepsie Police Department, East Fishkill Police Department, Hyde Park Police Department, and Fishkill Police Department. There were 15 fire departments involved from the Village of Wappingers Falls, the New Hamburg Fire Department, Houstonville Fire Department, the Hackensack Fire Department, Village of Fishkill Fire Department, Arlington Fire Department, Fairview Fire District, LaGrange Fire Department, City of Poughkeepsie Fire Department, Roosevelt Fire Department, East Clinton Fire Department, Rhinebeck Fire Department, East Fishkill Fire Department, Beekman Fire Department, and Unionville Fire Department. Ambulance service was provided by Empress Ambulance Service with mutual aid from other ambulance service agencies. Central Hudson Gas and Electric was on scene. New York State Office of Fire Prevention and Control was on scene. Dutchess County Department of Emergency Response responded to assist, as did the American Red Cross, the New York State Department of Homeland Security, and to my knowledge, that's it at this time. I'll be taking a few questions if anybody has any questions they would like to ask. The injuries to the first responders are minor and smoke inhalation. We had a total of 10 victims upon our arrival, with the additional 5 members of service. And the call for 911 came in from an area resident. I don't have that information right now.
And firefighters actually had to go inside this home to rescue people?
I'll defer that question to the fire chief.
I didn't hear the question.
Did your team, they have to physically go inside the home to pull people out?
That's negative. They were stuck under the rubble of the structure that had exploded from the gas.
Chief, were any Central Hudson workers among the injured?
I believe there was 1 minor from Central Hudson.
At this time, they're still at the hospital. The injuries are critical to the victims that were at the scene when we arrived. I don't know the extent of the injuries. It appears that they are burn injuries, but beyond that, I don't know. Anybody else?
Can you get a little bit of the nature of the work that was being done?
I can do that. From my knowledge, they're redoing this gas mains on Mill Street and doing the service lines. It was subbed out to Mullen. Central Hudson is here. If you'd like to ask them, they probably have a little more info than I got.
Yeah, I'll just reiterate what Fire Chief said. It's just part of routine maintenance, and we were in the process of replacing the gas main.
So the gas main goes down the middle?
Yes, in general.
Some of these homes were built around the year 1900. How old is the gas infrastructure?
Gas infrastructure is probably from the, can't give you an exact date, but could date back to the 1930s, 40s, that vintage.
So it's 80 or 90 years old?
Yes.
Commissioner or the chief, there's video going around of local people and people who are working in the area rushing in to help, kind of an all hands on deck. Obviously, lots of volunteer first responders and paid first responders from the police departments as well. How do you characterize what we saw here today in terms of the work of all the first responders and the local people who were helping?
From the PD to the fire department and civilians that were helping, fantastic. I've never seen anything like this. I've got 27 years as a volunteer fireman and chief, so I think they did a remarkable job.
There's a video of guys picking through rubble,
Yes.
literally 10 feet away from the flames.
Yes. What they seen there was we were trying to get victims.
And just to be clear, the 10 people who are injured, all their injuries considered critical at this point?
I don't have that information. I think the police commissioner does, right?
I don't have the specifics on on all the injuries at this time. There are some critical. I'm not sure exactly what the number is, what isn't. They're all in area hospitals being evaluated at this time.
The structure itself you described as multifamily. How many levels is it? Is it more of a building or a house or a house?
It is a multi-family brick structure, correct?
4 apartments in a row. It's a row section structure with a basement. Basement, 2 floors. What's that? That's still under investigation. As of right now, none.
WCBS-TV Hudson, what are you doing tonight to help the folks who are homeless?
So we're partnering with the Red Cross. We are also going to be at the Knights of Columbus to see those families who need housing for overnight and over the next few days. So we'll be partnering again with them to make sure that they have accommodations to be warm.
Okay, and then obviously people will have claims and that will all get sorted out from homeowners insurance and what have you.
Correct.
Thank you.
Sure.
Can we get ages on the
Excuse me?
ages
Uh,
who have been injured?
Those
I don't
we don't have
think
that
have any of that
detail.
detail. The ages of the people that were injured.
So folks, the specific information with respect to the injuries, the genders of the patients, the ages, that information will be compiled and the Village of Wappingers Falls will disseminate additional information in a subsequent press release. That is all the information we have at this time. There will be no future press conference per se, but there will be a press release put together collectively by the Village of Wappingers Falls. Thank you.
This has been breaking news.